Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. Today we've got a cryptic crossword. I do this one every Tuesday. This is my attempt to teach myself cryptic crosswords. It's a new variant of crossword puzzles for me. I've only been doing this for the last couple months, but every Tuesday I try this puzzle. It's the Weekender Cryptic from globeandmail.com, constructed by Fraser Simpson and using Canadian English rather than the UK English that often trips me up. So let's see how we do today. Try and keep this under half an hour. Most recently, usually two or three hints, reveals at the end in order to successfully complete the puzzle. There was a couple weeks ago where I crashed and burned and barely was able to fill in a third of the puzzle without hints. Let's see how it goes today. One across is meet Mr. Rogers regrettably before bed. 5 and 5, which means we need 2 words, a 5-letter word and a 5-letter word. We'll need to split this clue somewhere into 2 parts. One side will be a crossword definition, the other side will be wordplay. Meet might be a definition or before bed. Mr. Rogers, regrettably. Could regrettably be an anagram indicator? We take the letters of Mr. Rogers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 2 more letters. Okay, I'm not sure about that one. Let's come back to it. 6 across is special. Let's see if my arrow keys are working. There we go. 6 across is special edition went fast. I think special can be abbreviated as SP. Edition, I'm certain, can be abbreviated by ED, and that gives us sped, which is a synonym for went fast. So we split the clue between edition and went. Special edition is our wordplay. We're using abbreviations for those words, and went fast is our crossword definition. 9 across, Neville, who wrote You No Longer Sleep. 4 letters and 3 letters. Neville, who wrote You No Longer Sleep. I feel like Neville needs to be part of the wordplay, but I don't know what we're doing to it. I'm not sure about that. 10 across, Bon Vivant ultimately chose film lacking heart. Vivant ultimately could be the last letter of the word vivant, the letter T, or ultimately chose could also be the letter E. Film lacking heart. I think we're probably looking for a 7-letter word for bon vivant. Ultimately chose film lacking heart. Maybe the name of a film, but we're taking out the middle letter of it. A bon vivant is an aesthete, an effete, somebody who has a good time. I'm not sure about that one either. Okay, 12 across. Guided American money houses at this spot. At this spot, I feel like that's going to be here. Guided. Nope, 13 across is Hardy last, describes first of 3 experiments. Thomas Hardy wrote Tests of the D'Urbervilles. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So Hardy last, a girl who is in a Hardy novel, that is Tess. It goes around, it describes the first letter of 3, T, and we get tests as a definition for experiments. 15 across, Dolores testified, showing Clytemnestra's killer. Okay. Topical because I just saw the Odyssey last week. Clytemnestra was Agamemnon's daughter, I believe. He was her killer, so is it Agamemnon? Is that the answer? Dolores testified, showing Clytemnestra's killer. No, it's Orestes. I thought Clytemnestra, wasn't that Agamemnon's daughter, who he sacrificed to get favorable winds. Maybe Clytemnestra was his wife, and Agamemnon was avenged by Orestes. And you see, Dolores testified is showing the letters in Orestes in order. The last 4 letters of Dolores and the first 3 letters of testified. And I probably wouldn't have remembered that without having been reminded of it by watching that film last week. 17 across, train ticket in middle of week. Middle of week, could that be Wednesday? Ticket, train. Not sure about that. 18 across, I cashed in $1,000. I cashed in $1,000, heartbroken. I cashed in $1,000. Are we using 1M or 1K for 1,000? That could be a Roman numeral I and a K, or could that give us heart sick somehow, or something sick for heartbroken? Nope. 21 across, groups that are swimming coaches. Groups that are swimming are schools of fish, and if you coach someone, you school them on how to do the task. So I think schools could be a synonym of coaches, as well as defined by groups that are swimming. 23 across, assist in turning slender posts. Turning might be a reversal indicator. We're spelling it backwards. Slender posts, rails. Assist, aid. Aid in turning. That's not clicking. 24 across, knocked unconscious. Lummox receives help. Maybe we're looking for a synonym for lummox, like oaf. It is receiving help. Maybe aid is a synonym for help. Aid goes in the middle of lummox or oaf. And do we get knocked unconscious? 4 letters and 3 letters. Something out. Yeah, laid out could be knocked unconscious. So a lummox here is a lout, not an oaf, but a lout. We put aid as a synonym for help in the middle of lout, and we get laid out, knocked unconscious. You were knocked down. 27 across, incorrectly enter mildly foggy gym class. Seven letters. Incorrectly enter could be to mistype. Mildly foggy could be misty. Yeah, mildly foggy is misty. Gym class is physical education, PE, and we get mistype for incorrectly enter. I think I got that from incorrectly enter and then got the wordplay later. 28 across, ties up horse in shady street. Shady could be an anagram indicator for street. We're treating those letters in a shady manner. Ties up. Then we need a 2-letter synonym for horse. I don't think that's right. Nope. 29 across. Giant author Ferber prepared Dean. Okay. James Dean was in the film Giant. Edna Ferber is an author. I don't know if she wrote Giant, but do we need Edna? Yeah, that is. So prepared Dean. Prepared is an anagram indicator for Dean, and Edna Ferber is an author. I guess she is the author of Giant. So Giant author Ferber is kind of our crossword clue, and then prepared Dean is the wordplay. 30 across, new diet candies sold to many at the same time. New diet candies sold. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Nothing really seems to make sense to me there. All right, that's all the acrosses. Let's look at the downs. One down is lean leftovers. What we need a four-letter word that is a synonym of both lean and leftovers. Leftovers are scraps or orts in crossword ease, O-R-T-S. Lean, thin, but skinny. That doesn't ring any bells for me. Two down, back-ordered purchase includes free tip from expert video site. Tip from expert is probably E, the first letter of expert. So this might be the E. That's the tip from expert. A back-ordered purchase. Is back-ordered, is that a reversal indicator maybe? So we're looking for a video site. That is a YouTube. will fit. Also relevant to what I'm doing here, posting this video on YouTube. So purchase, buy, back-ordered purchase, buy out. I'm not sure I'm understanding the wordplay. I think we're taking buyout. Where's the anagram indicator here? But it includes free. I feel like purchase is buy, B-U-Y. That is a reversal of purchase. If something is free, it's out. I'm not sure. If you're let out of jail or a cage or something, I guess you're free, you're out. Okay, so I guess out could be a synonym of free. It is being included by a reversal of the word buy, a back-ordered purchase, and then we add tip from expert, this E, and we get video site YouTube. Three down is reportedly draw out freeloader. Reportedly, I've seen used often as a homophone indicator. So if we have a homophone of draw out, do we get a five-letter synonym for freeloader? A freeloader is what? A mooch, a sponge, a draw out. No. Four down, greasier rascal carrying chains. Greasier rascal carrying chains. Not sure about that one. Five down, at hearing, go too far with delinquent. Could at hearing be another homophone indicator? Delinquent could be a criminal, an evildoer, one of those. Or if you're delinquent, you're late in your payments, behind. Go too far with, over extend, something like that. No, seven down is former state prisoners, first country. Prisoners first could be the first letter of prisoner, this P. Then the name of a prisoner, or of a country, and we get a former state. Like a past life or something like that, a former state of existence. Former can also be an X. Prisoners first. I like prisoners first being this P, but that means we need former state to be the definition. No. Eight down, nerds extensively developed good fashion judgment. Okay, extensively developed. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Developed is an anagram indicator. I've seen that. If we add extensively to it, we're anagramming nerds, I think, but we're using the letters more than once. We're extensively anagramming it, so we're kind of like amplifying it as well. So if we use only the letters from nerds, do we get a word, a two-word phrase that means good fashion judgment, like dress sense? Is that that phrase. I've not heard it before, but you have a good dress sense. You dress yourself well. I could kind of see that. 11 down, interest over Bible book. Honestly. So I think we have a word for interest. We put it over a name of a book in the Bible, which is probably going to be Ruth. Honestly, in truth. So interest can be abbreviated as INT. The Bible book is the book of Ruth, and we get in truth, honestly. 14 down, ridiculous, more arrogant almost, about mama turning up. Turning up in a down, vertically oriented clue is probably a reversal indicator. So we have maybe have mom or mum or ma turning up. Ridiculous. So I think ridiculous is going to be our definition. Split the clue there. More arrogant, almost. So a word like prouder, but almost all of it. So we're removing the last letter. So this would be an ER. We remove that R. Maybe. And it is going around mom or mum or ma. Does that give us a word that means ridiculous? M-A here. Cockamamie. Cockier could be more arrogant. Cockier without the R, it's more arrogant almost. It goes about mama, so we're using the literal mama, no synonym for it. M-A. M-A spelled backwards, and we get cockamamie, ridiculous. 16 down, number eating seconds after a drink. Second can be abbreviated by S, so seconds might be 2 S's. A number like 20 eating 2 seconds, 2 S's. Do we get a drink? Is there a cocktail called a Twesson tea or something like that? It needs to eat it after a drink. Eating seconds. Maybe eating seconds is like going back and asking for more, a word that means that. A drink could be a tot. We're looking, number could be our definition, 30, or all the numbers I can think of are too long, or not long enough. 19 down, red outer edges sunk into fiddle. Crimson might be a definition for edge. How are we getting that? Outer edges sunk into fiddle. I like crimson as a synonym of red, but I don't understand anything else there, so let's come back to that one. 20 down, witnesses Republican entering ship's kitchen. Ship's kitchen is a galley. If we put an R for Republican, that would be the abbreviation for a member of the Republican Party. Put that in the middle of galley, we would get gallery. And the witnesses gallery is a term from a courtroom, I think, especially in Canada. 21 down, bringing up minor quibbles. Senator Kennedy wasn't liberal. Senator Kennedy, maybe Ted Kennedy, bringing up minor quibbles. Wasn't liberal. Nope. 22 down, Ontario HQ conserving energy and time covertly. Ontario could be abbreviated as ONT. It's going to be on On the QT. That means to do something covertly, doesn't it? We'll do it on the QT, on the down low. I think that works. So Ontario is ONT, HQ, conserving energy, abbreviated as E, as in E equals MC squared. And time can be abbreviated as T and some other equation. And I think that works. On the QT, covertly. 25 down, crooked cop holds it up. Some nerve. Holds it up. Are we reversing the word it? Optic is some nerve. So I think we've got an anagram of cop, C-O-P. It is holding it, spelled backwards. It's going up in the down clue, and we get I-T, and that gives us optic. Optic nerve is some nerve in your body. 26 down, kind of car thought to have no top. If thought doesn't have a top, I was thinking of idea or mind. We need a 5-letter word for thought. Remove the first letter, and we get a 4-letter kind of car. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Okay. Oh, something's happening. I think to pause the puzzle for a moment. 1 minute. And we're back. I thought I was about to have visitors, but I'm not. Okay, my clock is paused, so let's get it going again. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Meet Mr. Rogers regrettably before. Oh, let's look at someplace where we've got some more things filled in. Maybe 10 across. A bon vivant. Or film lacking heart, or lacking heart. I feel like there's a word for somebody who lives well, like a aesthete is the only thing that comes to mind, but that's not quite what I'm thinking of. Former state. Train. Or middle of week. No, 18 begins with a K. I cashed in $1,000, heartbroken. 2 and 5. Ka-ching. Trying to think of a two-letter word that begins with K. I think it's got to be ka-ching. I cashed in would be ka-ching. $1,000, K, 1K is 1,000, and heartbroken is aching. So we get K, aching, I cashed in, ka-ching. This does look like crimson then. Well, outer rims could be rims. I didn't think of that. Okay, rims. Sunk into fiddle. S-O-N. No, on. Sunk into fiddle. That doesn't mean on. Let me leave this in. Let me think about it. Assist in turning slender posts. We've already used aid as a synonym of help. We're probably not going to use it twice. So is it assist in turning? Posts could be mails. Assist in turning, does that slim somehow? Okay, I think an assist on a scorecard, probably in cricket or something, could be abbreviated by A, maybe. Slim is turning slender. Or slim is slender, it is turning around. Okay, that's what we've got. So assist, I think, is A from some sport scorecard. Slim is slender. It is turning. We put A in the middle of it, and we get the mails, the posts, the postal service. Number, eating seconds after a drink. It's thirsty. 30 is eating. S for seconds. And if you are after a drink, you want a drink. You were going after a drink. You're thirsty. Okay. I didn't understand how thirsty was going to mean after a drink, but I think that works. Okay. Bringing up minor quibbles. I think this is like squabbling or sniveling, something like that. Or wasn't liberal. To be liberal is to give freely originally. So if someone wasn't liberal, they were miserly, or they scrimped, they withheld. Nope, not seeing that. New diet candy. Diet candies is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I think new is an anagram indicator for diet candies. We take those letters and we get a 10-letter word that means sold to many at the same time. I don't know what it is. Sold to many at the same time. Ties up horse in shady street. Is there a word for to tie up a horse? To hitch? Hitch your horse? I feel like I may need to use a hint there. 17 cross has a U in it. Either train ticket or middle of week. Train ticket, could that be a stub? Ticket stub? American, U.S. U.S. that is housing money. Is it ushered? Guided, ushered. American money is the U.S. dollar. USD houses here at this spot, and we get ushered, guided. Yes, okay. I think this is mooch. A freeloader is a mooch. How is that a synonym of draw out? To mooch? No. Neville Shute is an author. He's a Neville who wrote. I think he wrote On the Beach. You no longer is ye, an archaic way to say the second person pronoun, and we get shut-eye, sleep. Sleep is a definition here. The quotation marks and capitalization in cryptic clues typically don't mean anything. If something leans against something else, it rests against it. So rest could mean lean, and the leftovers are the rest. Meet Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers might be Roy Rogers. Regrettably, but then we get a word for meat. A royal something is a meat. Regrettably, alas, royal. Bed could be caught. Royal ascot, is that like a meet, like a sporting event? I think it's a horse race or a boat race, maybe. I'm going to think Royal Ascot could be a meet, probably more familiar to Canadian readers than it is to me. To leech. A leech is a freeloader, and to leech is to draw out. But I think that would be spelled with an A, so with leech with two E's is a homophone of leech with an A, and we get freeloader leech, yes. Couldn't get beyond mooch there. Greasier rascal, carrying chains. We're getting close to 30 minutes, which is kind of where I'm going to have to start using a hint. This is either means greasier or chains. I feel like it's going to be chains. Oh, but carrying greasier. No. Go too far. Over. Okay, so go too far is overdue. O-V-E-R-D-O. But you're hearing that. At the hearing, it might sound like overdue, which means delinquent. A debt is overdue, it's delinquent. Train is to educate. Ticket is a ducat. Ducat in the middle of week. The middle of week are the two E's in the middle of that word. Former state. Or could be country, maybe. Okay, I think that is about it. Let me look at these one more time. I think this is an anagram of new diet and of diet candies, and it means sold to many at the same time. I just don't know what it means. Bringing up minor quibbles. Maybe spelling minor quibbles backwards. Senator Kennedy. Nits are minor quibbles. I have a nit to pick with you. We bring nits up, we spell it backwards, then we add Senator Kennedy, Senator Ted Kennedy, and we get stinted. That's kind of the type of word I was trying to think of. If you didn't give liberally, you stinted. You were miserly instead. Okay, shady street, horse. Tethers is to tie up a horse. Can horse be abbreviated by the letter H? I guess. I can't think of a context where that would be. You would see H and know it meant horse. But it is in an anagram of street. So shady street is an anagram of street. We put H in the middle of it for horse. Maybe for heroin. H and horse are both slang words for heroin. Maybe that's what that means. Okay. And then we'd get sold to many at the same time. Syndicated is sold to many at the same time, like a TV show. And that is an anagram of diet candies. It is a new diet candy. Kind of car, used car. So you thought, you mused. We remove the first letter from mused and we get used, a kind of car. So that just leaves two. Bon vivant and first and former state, I think. Let me see if I can get it with just this letter. Like an ingenue, something like that. Okay, I'm not going to get it. Let's reveal the word. Epicure. That's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah. Okay, so an epicure is a bon vivant, a word I learned like in some kind of high school vocabulary exercise as somebody who enjoys the finer things in life. That is the exact word I was trying to remember. So how is it ultimately chose? E. Film lacking heart. A picture is a film. It's lacking its central letter. We get epicure. All right, this is going to be a former state, I think. Prisoners first, then a word for a country. Let's find out. Prussia is the former state of Prussia, I think. Prisoners first, country, Russia. We get Prussia, a former state in Europe. Okay. Oh, we have one more. I didn't see this one. Greasier. Yeah, I don't know what this is. All right, so I had to reveal 3 clues here. This is greasier rascal carrying. This is a hidden, isn't it? Within the words greasier rascal, we have sierras, which are mountain chains. Yeah. It's a little bit unfair. There needs to be some kind of indication that there's contains or holds. It is carrying, but okay, I'll allow it. So I had to reveal 3. I will count up the percentage, how that counts as a percentage of clues that I had to reveal versus the ones that I got. Managed to bring it in a little bit over 30 minutes, but I think not too bad today. And I'll give myself a percentage. So still about 2, 3, 4 clues I have to reveal every puzzle. I've done one where I didn't have to reveal anything, and I've done one where I had to reveal many more than 5 answers. So I guess we're still just kind of plodding along, trying to get better at cryptic crosswords. Let me know how you did with this one and about your experience with cryptics versus regular crosswords. I'd be interested in hearing about that. And thanks for joining me. Please come back to my channel for more puzzles and games. I'll see you next time.